Hey everyone, it's Will Mateer, your Forex trader. I wanted to come on here real quick and share with you one of the strategies that I wanted to share last week. Didn't have a chance to do that because I was tied up on Saturday, last Saturday, because I normally do boot camps on Saturdays at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And last Saturday I was out and about, and I actually had picked up a new cell phone, and I'm really excited about my new cell phone. It's really awesome. It's a new Galaxy Ultra, and it's a high end one with the stylus and all that good stuff. So I'm really excited about that, and it's been performing really well. So it's a tool that I'll be using to place trades through my MetaTrader 4 and 5 app. So if you don't already have one of those apps, go ahead and download it on your smartphone. That way you can place trades going forward. But I just wanted to talk to you about how I mark up my charts and what I look for. And if you like what the video, go ahead and like the video. Click the like button and share it with everybody you know. Okay. This is going to be recorded on my YouTube channel. I'm actually going to be putting it on my YouTube channel, so that way you guys can always come back to the channel and take a look at some past videos that I've done to help you with your trading journal. So we're getting really close to the end of the year, right? So next year, the year 2024, is going to be the most profitable, the most successful year ever. Okay. All I ask is that you subscribe to the channel. That way you can, come back often to view other videos that I put up on the channel, and share it with your friends and associates, people that that might benefit from my teaching, all right, my tutelage, so to speak. So thank you so much for taking the time to watching the video. And yeah, so let's dive in. Let's talk a little bit more about what I want to share with you guys today. So when I look at the chart, right, and this is a free platform with TradingView. You can download this on your smartphone or even on your desktop or laptop, right? But TradingView allows me to take a look at the market at a glance, right? Because all the stuff that you see here are candles, all right. And if you haven't already watched the video about you know the Candlestick Trading Bible, I would encourage you to find that video on my channel. I'll probably put a link below in the comments section so you guys can click on it to go and watch that video. And if you want a hard copy of the what you're watching, I do have the ebook as well. So all you got to do is just contact me and I'll send you a copy of the ebook, absolutely no charge. So I want to provide you guys some value, give you some ebook that'll give you some knowledge and can educate you about how to read the charts, how to read and identify the different candlesticks that the chart presents. That way you're not fooled, right? So when I look at the charts, what I do basically, and you might want to do the same thing, is do a top-down analysis. I want to look at what the overall market is doing for the month. That's why I'm on M1, the monthly chart right now. Looking at the monthly chart, I see, what do I see? I see a lot of things here, right? But what I see is that the market was on an uptrend, right? Because you see right here, if I put a horizontal line, you'll notice that this candle right here was broken by this candle, right? This over here. So when this happens, you have a break of structure, okay? This candle is higher than this candle, so you have a break of structure, all right? So we'll make that black, okay? Make that line black right there. And that tool is on the left side of TradingView. So you just click on the little arrow right underneath the crossbar. You click that little arrow right there, and you have all these tools. You can make it your favorite, things of that nature. The horizontal ray is what I use to identify that this was broken by this candle right here. Okay. All right. Now, what else do I see? Well, now that I know that, this candle is broken, I also want to see if I could, find a pattern in this whole scenario here. In my previous video, I showed you how to identify the head and shoulders pattern. Now I'm going to show you how to identify the inverted head and shoulder pattern. Because if you've identified that pattern while analyzing the charts, you'll notice that the market's going to go particularly in your favor, but there's no guarantee, of course. But if you look at this and you stretch this out a little bit, you kind of can see, all right, an inverted head and shoulders. So I'm going to show you what that looks like right now. Basically, if I draw it out, I'm going to draw it out real quick and show you what that looks like above the chart here. So inverted head and shoulders is it's gonna be like a left shoulder, a neck, and a right shoulder. This is an inverted head and shoulders. Okay. All right. And so what I normally do, I make sure I put a box right below the neck. Let's get my box tool here, which is this one right here, the rectangle. I put a box right here. Okay, so this is telling me that I need to pay attention to the zone, right? This is a zone right here. Because what happened is when the left shoulder was developed and the neck was developed, okay, you want to wait for the actual market to come back and retouch or create that right shoulder to take a trade. Okay. All right. So you have to be patient because it takes time to develop, but this is what you're looking for. Now, if it violates and continues to go like this, then you don't have an inverted head and shoulder. You just don't want to trade that. So you want to wait for the retouch of the neckline, okay, to take your trade going upward. Now, an inverted head and shoulders is a reversal pattern, which means, and you normally want to find this on the bottom of the market, right? That way, when you start seeing this develop, it's going to reverse and trend higher this way, okay? And of course, it doesn't go straight up. It'll come back and go up, come back and go up. But this is what you want to look for in this particular strategy. Okay. And then after that, I want to just see how this whole scenario will play out. So I'll put another box right here and stretch it out to the bottom of the shoulders. Okay. And then go ahead and copy that or clone it, right? Clone it and then grab this and stretch it out. Okay. This is where I want to set my trade so I can actually take profit. All right. Like this. So I want it to come past this second box. And if it does that, I'm in profit, right? And then I take this tool, which is the long position. And let's say if I entered right here, I caught it right here. I'm going to go ahead and enter here, stretch this out to the end of that box, and put my stop loss right a few pips below the neck, right? For a let me see, it says, I'll say 1 to 2.5, but 1 to 3. All right, 1 to 3 ratio. Okay, so if we do a 1 to 3 ratio, it'll look like this. All right, that if I can click on that, put a 1 to 3 ratio. Okay, done. But you guys get the gist. So what I'm looking for is the market to do one of these numbers. So I can have a 1 to 3 ratio. And if you go ahead and do what it's supposed to do, it's not 100% foolproof. That's why you set your stop loss below. I'm gonna put a line there so you guys can see what I'm talking about. A stop loss below. Make that thicker so you can see it. A stop loss below right here. That if the market reverses, and make it red for you guys. If the market reverses, you want to get out of the market. Okay, you want to protect your principal. Okay, this is all about money management. So always, always, always set a stop loss, right? But remember, we're also going to set a take profit. Take profit's going to be right here. And we'll make that money green because that's where you want to take your take profit. Okay. So when this happens in the market, you want to make sure you're ready for it. Okay. Like I said, you have to be patient. Um, this trading this pattern requires patience. That's what I wanted to say. Trading this pattern requires patience. Okay. So it's going to take time. If you need to set alerts, you can set alerts that when the market creates this shoulder, okay, and it doesn't go beyond this shoulder, right? Right here, move that over. The shoulder, if it doesn't go beyond like this, okay, then you don't want to take the trade. But if it stops here, then you normally see a pattern right here, like a bullish engulfing candle that happens right around here, which it will tell you that, hey, if this candle is bigger than the candle before it, it's a good opportunity to grab some pips, grab some profits, and get into this trade. All right, now that you've seen the structure, right? Now we need to find it in the market. Now, this can be in any time zone, monthly, 4 hour, 2 hour, 1 hour, 30 minutes, 15, 5. Okay. So we want to identify this here. So what do we see here? Can we find an inverted head and shoulders here? Okay. On the monthly. So let me get this tool right here, head and shoulders. So we're going to actually look for an inverted head and shoulders. Okay. So we can actually kind of see one forming here. If we start here, because as you can see, there's a doji here, right? If you guys have been reading your Candlestick Bible, you'll notice that a doji, whenever a doji is developed, it's also a reversal candle, right? Excuse me. It's a reversal candle. So we can start looking at whether this was going to develop a head and shoulders. So we can go ahead and drag our tool and start creating a head and shoulders. We can say, okay, it'll probably come to back to here, and then we have the neckline right here, and we stretch that out so it can go right there. Okay, and actually, this wick right here, if we do this, stop here and go to this wick and go to here, you see that this is an inverted head and shoulders right here. Okay. Now, you could have entered the market here, right? And rode it all the way up to the top of this wick or this candle and cashed out over here. Okay. Or you just wait for the retest. Now, you probably had to wait a couple of months because these are all monthlies, right? So the monthly, if you stretch this out, it was right here. So the inverted head and shoulders did, develop, but you had to wait one, two. Well, if you didn't get into this trade right here and you wanted to come back into the trade, you had to wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 months, right? 11 months to get into the trade. Because this started to develop back in, wow, September 2022, right? But if you've identified that, all right, you'll notice that if you're patient enough, it'll eventually go in your direction. Now, if we box this up like it did in a previous picture, right? Pull this out, stop at the bottom of the shoulder, copy it, or clone it. Then we pull it out, and we put it right below. Where's my clone? I cloned it. There we go. Put it right here, clone it, and put it right below the neck, right? what do we notice? That had we gotten to this trade, let's say over here, we would have definitely profited from this trade because look what it did. It actually went right in, right over here, went right into your take profit zone, which is right here. Okay. You would have definitely profited. That's pretty exciting because look at this. Oh my goodness. Right with the wick, you would have been in profit because the wick is above that area there. So if you had to set it right there, look at that. Your TP would have been hit right here. Now, this is would be like for someone who's a swing trader who wanted to, not anxious to get into the market, but replace a trade back in September 2022 and waited for it to, come back, retouch the bottom of the neckline or the bottom of the shoulder, and then ride it all the way back up. They would have been in profit. Imagine how many pips you would have earned if you set a huge lot size or even a small one, doesn't matter. You would have been in profit. Let's just say it that way. Now, you've developed this on the monthly. So now what we're going to do is try to find it again on the weekly. Okay, so I'm going to erase everything. So rewind the video if you miss anything. So I'm going to erase everything. We're going to go to the weekly and see if we can find an inverted head and shoulders on the weekly. Okay. We're going to keep doing that until, okay, we come to a time zone where we can actually enter the market. If you don't want to wait those many months, you can actually get in the market in a earlier time zone. So let's take a look at a weekly. If we look at the weekly, we see a bunch of inverted head and shoulders here. There's one here. Okay, there's a neckline, shoulder, bottom of the neckline. And look what happened. Boom. All right, so there's one there. There's one here. Okay, so I'm training your eye here to look at the different patterns you see here, because that's what you want to wait for. You want to wait for these patterns to develop so you can take a trade. All right. So these are just really good trading strategies you guys can implement. Put it on your trading plan. For a beginner, all you got to do is wait for head and shoulders. All you got to do is wait for an inverted head and shoulders. Okay. Now this is the 4 hour. So let's see if we can find one on in the 4 hour. Okay. And remember, the trend is your friend. So with an inverted head and shoulder, you already know the market's heading upward from the monthly. So look at down here. There's one here. Boom, got into the market, and you got a more than a 1-to-3 ratio. But you want to be conservative. You want to just set your trade and get a 1-to-3 ratio. Okay, and if we go down to the 2 hour, try to find it in the 2 hour, and that's what you're doing is looking for inverted head and shoulders. Okay, on the 2 hour. So let's see if we can find one on the 2 hour. Okay, stretch this out, and lo and behold, there's one over here, a really small one right here. But remember, we're in the uptrend, so we're looking for inverted head and shoulders. Okay, all right, and the 1 hour, and you keep going down because you want to enter the trade either on the 15-minute or the 5-minute. And we're looking for inverted head and shoulders. Here's one right here. Look at that. It's all over the place. So the market is giving you clues. You make sure you listen to those clues and you try to enter the market when appropriate. So if you would have waited and got into the market when it retested the actual shoulder, the right shoulder, because this is inverted head and shoulders, okay, and you guys can make it bigger once you see it develop. And sometimes not going to be a picture perfect inverted head and shoulders, but you can see what I'm talking about here, right? Because this is the neckline. You got shoulder over here, and you got a retest. Look at the retest right here of the shoulder. Pretty nice. Okay. So, and then you go down to the 30-minute. You try to find it there, the 15-minute, and then the 5-minute. And then you want to enter the trade in the 5-minute. So let's look at the 5-minute, see if we can find an inverted head and shoulders. We're going to go ahead and analyze the 5-minute to see if we can find an entry. Now you can enter in the 15-minute or you can enter on the 5 minute. So we're gonna look for an entry on the 5 minute. Okay. And it's a live market. Market's open right now, but I just want to do a quick tutorial with you guys. So you got to get an understanding what I look at when I do my top-down analysis. Now, had I found the head and shoulders on the monthly, I would look for head and shoulders on every one of these time frames. But since I found the inverted head and shoulders, I'm looking for an inverted head and shoulders on every one of the time frames. Okay, so here is one right here. Okay, it's not pretty. Okay, but at the same time, you see the neck, you see shoulder, shoulder. Okay, and you just try to, you know, trade an inverted head and shoulder for the upside because as you can see from the monthly, it was all white, meaning it was all trending upward. Okay, so let's see if we can graph this out for you guys. Okay, so this one, it's kind of hard to draw it out, but again, like I said, let's see. Let me see if I can find it over here. Something more developed somewhere here. This bigger. Okay. You could probably find one here. Okay. Then let me see. This is one here. You could find it. Yeah. Okay. This is the neckline. Shoulder, shoulder. Okay. So it's not gonna be perfect all the time, but we're gonna see. We can graph this out right here. Okay. So we do this. This is the left shoulder. Come back down. Create the neck. Come back down. All right, and we do one of these numbers here. It's really tough because this one right here, but you guys get the gist. And what you do, you just wait, right? You just wait because if you said this was a shoulder right here, you could say that this is a shoulder right here, the right shoulder, right? And you draw your box underneath the neck, like right here. Stretch it all the way out. And if you miss entering the trade right here on the right shoulder, okay. Actually, I'm going to bring this down a little bit to the shoulder, to the right shoulder. Okay. And if you didn't get into a trade right here, right, you wait for the retouch. And this is what the retouch of the bottom of, well, on the top of the right shoulder, and you enter the trade for a 1 to 3. Okay. This was gonna be would have been really a tight trade because you know actually let's put my box up in here and let's see what happens. Box here at the bottom of the shoulder, clone it, pull my box out, put it at the bottom of the shoulder. Okay. And we're entering over here, right? So we're going to be entering over here. And we're going to take our long tool. Let's see if it would be in a profitable trade. And so we got in on the right shoulder, which is over here for this probably would have been a 1 to 3. Let's see, a 1 to 2 perhaps. Yeah, right below. Put your stop loss right below for 1 to 2. Okay, so these two boxes will dictate, you know, your profit zone, so to speak, your TP. So I'm going to do this. And that's your green. And look what happens. It didn't hit your stop loss because your stop loss would be down here. Let's say in red. It didn't hit your stop loss. So you're patient, you're patient, you're patient. You're waiting for it to hit your TP, and it hits your TP either right here, okay, with this candle right here. See, it's above your TP, okay. But if you know, well, you always want to set your TP, right? So it hit it right there, It hit it right there. If you miss entering the trade on the right shoulder, you wait for the retest and you would have entered over here and they hit your TP right there on this candle right there. Okay. So this is a profitable trade. It's a profitable trade right here. See, it hits your TP right there. I'm going to show you right here. This is above your TP, that little wick, right? That wick right there, as you can see, it went past your TP and you would have been in profit. No drawdown, okay? So you wouldn't have panicked because you set your stop loss down here, so you really didn't get stopped out. And you were in a profitable trade. So you would have been in profit if you would have took a second trade, wait for the retouch, would have had two profits, one here, okay, or clone this, one there and one over here. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you guys today, this inverted trading strategy. Hopefully you got a lot of value out of this video and you implement it and you back test it. So we always want to back test everything. Make sure you look left and see these patterns, okay? Because once you see the patterns, you can't unsee them, okay? Because even over here, even if we were to, you missed that head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders, you would have had another one right here, okay? If we do this right here, left shoulder, neck, right? Neck is a shoulder here, bam. So train your eye to see this on the charts, and then you enter the trade over here, all right? And you try to profit. It probably would have been like a 1-to-1 or 1-to-2, so you profit over here, okay? And you're out of the trade. So you want to get out of the trade before all of this would have happened. Because it would have, it wouldn't have stopped you out because you would have put your stop loss down here, but you definitely wanted to get out of the trade before this long candle. Well, this would have wicked you out right here. Boom, would have hit your stop loss. But you already would have been out of the trade because you would have been profit over here. So with that being said, train your eye for inverted head and shoulders. Look at my video about the head and shoulders and train your eye to see both of those and then implement um, the strategy, and try to profit from it. It's not foolproof, but at the same time, you have a 50-50 chance of winning the trade, right? All right, so I want to thank you guys so much for watching the video. You guys are awesome. 2024, I'm working on a lot of great things. I'm creating a course for you guys, so that way you'll have all this information inside of a course where you can always replay the video. There'll be a small fee to actually purchase the course, but you'll have something there that you could take notes on, you can rewatch, and you can have, video parties with your friends if you want to charge them at your home to watch the video, or invite them to go to the link themselves to purchase the course themselves. But you'll find a lot of free content on my YouTube channel. If you're not already part of my Facebook group, send me a friend request on Facebook, Metro FX Traders. It's on Facebook, or send me a message. Send it to metrofx at gmail.com. I'm putting all information in the comments area, and you say, hey, I'd like to join your group. I also have a Telegram group. So I'll be teaching you guys next year how to identify profit and, create a trading plan so you can, set up your strategy to be profitable in the market going forward. So 2024 is going to be a very successful year, profitable year. I'm excited what the new year is going to bring. We're going to be, you're going to be learning a lot from me. Let's just say that. I mean, there's a lot of guys out there who are trading people. There's a lot of videos and so on and so forth. And it's nice to watch other people's strategies, but you want to implement your own strategy. So everybody, it's like a big puzzle, right? You choose a piece of everybody's puzzle and make your own picture with your puzzle. And then once you have all those pieces in place, you try to carve that out for your own trading strategy. That's what I did. I watched a lot of videos online. I watched a lot of different strategies, techniques, how to read the charts, things of that nature. Once you learn all of this information, now you gotta have to now create that picture and put your pieces in there. Because once all the pieces are in place and you flip over the puzzle, you start getting your dreams. You start getting out of debt. You start earning additional income. You start profiting. You start, wanting to maybe retire early, retire a family member. You buy a house, you buy a car, because there's so much you can earn in the markets. There's no guarantee of income. We all know this, but at the same time, it's a skill set. And once you learn this skill set, there's no reason why you can't profit from the market. Okay. And then use your skill set and start, getting into these prop firms, right? There are firms out there that will lend you some money. You got to prove yourself, lend you some money, and they'll allow you to trade that money. And if you pass their challenges, right, there's two phases, usually one or two phases and you get the challenges that doesn't require a time frame. So you take your time, you implement, you try to grow the little bit of money they give you, whether it's a 5K account, 10K account, 25K account, $50,000 account, $100,000 account, $200,000 account, $300,000 account. Now you can get more than one challenge, but when you feel that your skill set is at above par and you're ready to take these challenges, they'll profit split those challenges with you or those accounts with you. So it'll be like an 80-20 split. Some of them have a 90-10 split. Well, you'll keep 80% of your profits and they keep 10%. Or they'll allow you to keep 90% of your profits and they keep 10%. So 80-20 or 90-10. So you want to, I have a few suggestions of what prop firms you can actually, participate in. And there's also prop firms that give you a free challenge once a month and get with me to find out who are those prop firms. And they give you like $100,000 account to trade, and you're trading it with a bunch of other people. And if you're in the top three, they give you an actual $100,000 account to trade from, absolutely free. So yeah, so it's practice, practice, practice. Make sure you carve and create your own trading plan, and you keep a journal. Write down your successes, write down your failures, and then always write down, what you've learned. Also, personal development. Make sure you're your best cheerleader. You definitely applaud your successes and then reevaluate your failures because you technically you never fail until you quit. If you decide that you no longer want to, do this anymore because you keep failing, that's when you actually failed. But if you continue to persevere and you continue to study and you continue and you're consistent, okay, there's no reason why you can't become successful. There's no reason why you can you can't achieve your goals and dreams. There's no reason why you can be the first millionaire in your household, right? It's all about being your own bank. You can actually be your own bank with this. You can trade your own money like the banks do, because when you put your money in the bank, what do you think they do? They have their own investment department that trades your money and then give you a small percentage of interest on your own money. Why not take your own money, trade your own money, and grow that money and pay yourself your own interest, right? In forms of profits. So think of it that way. I think of it that way. And I'm really fortunate I'm able to, you know, share this information with others because I'm a person that loves to share how to become successful in life and not depending on a job, because you all know what job stand for. Well, let me tell you, job stands for Journey of the Brook. Okay, because what's at the end of that rainbow? Think about it. You're gonna work from, you know, 18 to 40, 18 to 65, and at the end of the 65, what they give you? I mean, then, you're priced out of the job market because you're retiring at 65. If you're lucky, you got a 401k. Pensions are no longer viable in the market anymore. Okay. And you're going to wait for Social Security, and that's not going to be a huge check. So you got to create another income stream, right? By maybe potentially becoming a successful Forex trader, right? So this is just a breakdown. I use US 30 to show you how to identify your inverted head and shoulders. So hopefully you guys got some value out of this. Write down your goals and dreams. Reach out to me. Let me know what they are so I can coach you, encourage you, and applaud you along your way in this journey, because it's not going to be easy. It's going to take time. But once you develop this information and you implement what you've learned, the great things can happen for you and your family. All right. With that being said, thank you so much for watching the video. You all have a happy holiday if you celebrate, and let's have a happy new year. Connect with me, reach out with me, say, hey, I want to be part of your club, Metro FX Traders. Hey, I want to be part of your Facebook group. Hey, I want to be part of your private chat. If you ask, I will definitely open the door and put my arms around you and say, hey, welcome to the club. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for watching, and enjoy your day. Bye bye.